aliens. 8734 is 123 pages long in 8-point type. I have read all 123 pages several times. There is much in Treasury Decision 8734 that makes clear what most Americans don't understand about U.S. tax law, including the correct applicability of various well-known tax forms. Before we jump into Treasury Decision 8734, it is imperative that you keep in mind that all 123 pages of this Treasury decision pertain exclusively to withholding on non-resident aliens. If you lose sight of that during the discussion, you won't grasp the stunning implications of this Treasury decision. One of the numerous revealing statements by the Secretary of the Treasury in 8734 is this, quote, reporting to the IRS may be required under sections 6011 and 1461 or under the reporting provisions of Chapter 61 of the Code, such as 6041, 6041A, 6042, 6044, 6045, 6049, 6050A, or 6050N, parenthesis, the 1099 reporting provisions, close parenthesis, and close quote. Let's quickly break this down. 6011 is the general requirement for filing income tax returns, and it reads as follows, quote, when required by regulations prescribed by the Secretary, any person made liable for any tax imposed by this title or with respect to the collection thereof shall make a return or statement according to the forms and regulations prescribed by the Secretary, close quote. I love this statute because you now know which person the Secretary designated to use a Form 1040, a non-resident alien with U.S. source income or his domestic agent. It next mentions a 1461, which simply states that when a withholding agent withholds income tax from a foreign person, the withholding agent becomes liable to the government for that amount. Now we get to the juicy part. The Secretary says the requirement to file information returns under the various sections within Chapter 61 are upon the person making payments to non-resident aliens. How do we know that? Because as I mentioned a moment ago, every word in 8734 is about payments made to non-resident aliens, and the Secretary was even kind enough to call those sections the 1099 reporting provisions. In 8734, the Secretary is being clear that the requirement to file 1099s is upon the person making a payment of U.S. source income belonging to a foreign person. That said, I imagine someone out there is thinking there must be other Treasury decisions saying 1099s are to be filed on ordinary business between Americans. I've been at this for 30 years, and I can assure you there isn't. But more importantly, no one, including the United States government, has been able to provide a Treasury decision saying that. And of course, that parallels the government cannot provide a Treasury decision saying any U.S. citizen living and working in the 50 states earning their own domestic source income are required to file any income tax form. No such Treasury decision exists. It doesn't exist because Congress has never imposed the income tax on you. 8730